La 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 la
Hey,
la
folks. I'm
la
Camille
la
Who Armstrong,
la
the
la
Performing Arts Renaissance woman. For over 40 years, I've worked as a performer, educator, consultant, and coach. But most importantly, I'm a parent. From classrooms to stages to bedtime routines, I've spent my life nurturing creativity, character, and connection in the next generation. This series is for you, whether you're expecting, learning as you go, or parenting for the first time, or even third time around. I'm here to share the insights, tools, and real talk I've gathered over 4 decades of hands on experience. Welcome to Camille Who, the Child Whisperer. I'm so glad you're here. This is Camille Who, the Child Whisperer. We are in this mini series within the parenting series. We are unpacking 8 parenting blueprints. These are the unconscious patterns that we make when we're under stress, when we're tired, when we're coming from fear. And that we don't really think about as parents, but yeah, it's coming from our verbal, from things that have influenced our lives growing up and in our society and in our environments. The last time we talked about the overachiever slash people pleaser. This week we are talking about the hero. Now, if you're the person that everyone calls when they need help, this one is probably you. This parent is a fixer. They save, they solve, they anticipate, they prevent, they intervene quickly, they get a sense of control, accomplishment, identity, self worth. They may be high performers in career or business. They're the reliable one, the strong one, the rescuer in family dynamics. But at home, they catch the child before they fall. They dry their tears before they fall. Shh, crying before lungs expand. They prevent frustration. They solve problems before the child can attempt them. It looks like love, but it's control disguised as protection. The real driver isn't generosity, it's fear. Fear that something bad will happen, the child will feel pain, the child will feel neglected, they will be seen as inattentive, they will lose control. There's also identity tied to this. If I fix it, I matter. The hero feels safer when saving. Now remember, many of these patterns I have seen within myself, so I am not judging anyone. I've seen these within myself. I have developed theories based on it, and then I picked the brains of the many parents that I've worked with, um, whether they are my friends, my colleagues, parents of children that I've nannied, parents of children that I've educated for many years. And I find that they are, that we're all very similar. You know, some of these parenting blueprints, you're going to find that, oh my goodness, I'm more like this, or this is that time where I'm being this parent. And we might find that there's a little bit of every one of them in us, that we tend to gravitate towards this particular parenting blueprint. There's a little bit of all of them in us. I'm just saying, I'm not judging. Right? This is not me judging. This is me giving information so that we can all make choices, not out of emotional reaction, but out of education, that we can find some kind of balance. Okay. Now, here's this: thoughts equals feelings, feelings equals action, action equals results. Here's that breakdown for the hero. Thoughts: he must be tired. She might get hurt. I should do something. If I don't step in, this could get worse. The word should appears again, but here it's tied to urgency. Feelings: fear, anxiety, protectiveness, hypervigilance, sometimes guilt, sometimes even panic. Actions: that come from these emotions or these feelings. Swooping in, solving too quickly, preventing natural consequences, overhelping, speaking for the child, interrupting discomfort, overextending for everyone else, child, friends, coworkers, and neglecting your own body, your own rest, your own emotional health. Here's the results. For the parent, exhaustion, burnout, resentment, pouring from an empty cup, physical stress and depletion. For the child, two possible outcomes. They fail to develop coping skills, self soothing, emotional regulation, problem solving, resilience, or they learn to manipulate the rescue, crying, tantrums, guilt, public embarrassment, threats, escalation tactics, because they know if I react big enough, someone will fix it. The hero creates dependence, not strength. Pain is not the enemy. Unmanaged pain is. Children must fall, they must struggle, they must cry, they must try again, they must solve, they must adapt. When we swoop in as heroes, we drastically take away our children's ability to do all of those things. It may seem like we love them, but we are doing a disservice. And usually it's the triggers that are like, oh, that's going to happen. That's going to happen. But is it going to happen? Right? We don't know that for sure. We can't tell the future. We just have these things, either memories or preconceived notions, in our brains, in our belief systems already, that we're going for what we fear and what we're anxious about. And so we are treating that situation and swooping in and saving that situation before it even happens, when that may not be the situation that's happening. Or we run the risk of completely, drastically taking away our child's ability to solve, to adapt, to cry, to feel discomfort, to self-soothe, to be able to come out of an uncomfortable situation and be okay again. And communicate. We're drastically taking away our child's experience so that they learn to communicate as well. Resilience is built in those small, uncomfortable, the discomforts, right? We fall, we learn to get up. Someone's always picking us up, or always, picking us up before we fall, right? This is like, we don't learn resilience. We don't learn to toughen up. And I'm not saying like don't cry, but I'm just saying we don't learn to like feel discomfort and then get through the discomfort. When you remove all the discomfort, you're removing growth and the ability to become resilient. Protection without development builds fragility. So we're actually doing the opposite of what we think we're doing. We think it's love, but we're doing a disservice. Now, your strength is your compassion. Your weakness is your over intervention. What if your job isn't to prevent every fall, but to stand nearby while they learn to get up? What if loving your child means letting them experience manageable struggle? Stepping back is not abandonment, it's training. The questions I want you to ask as this parent, if this is your parenting blueprint, if you are resonating with this one, these are some things I would like you to ask, right? So it's always good to examine ourselves, but it's also good to ask the appropriate questions so that we are thinking, so that we're aware of what our belief system is, and that we're looking at ourselves honestly. What are you afraid is going to happen if you don't step in? Who taught you that pain must be immediately stopped? What did you have to handle alone that you have to overcorrect now? Are you raising a capable adult or a dependent child? The hero parent doesn't need to care less, they need to intervene less. You are not responsible for preventing every fear, you are responsible for teaching strength. And by backing off sometimes and allowing, sometimes just validating what they're feeling is the strength that your child needs. That's the stability that they need. If they fall, you just you hold them and you go, that was scary, wasn't it? I know, baby. And it's, oh, you hurt. Yes, I know that looked painful. And just validating what they're feeling is enough to create the stability that they need to move through it, to get through it. Then they can get to a place of they can actually start to self-soothe because they have stability and they have someone that's validating and letting them know that it's okay to feel this way because you just went through an uncomfortable situation. And then they can start to they find themselves feeling better again without you having to swoop in and create that solution for them. You'd be surprised what your child can actually do with you just validating what they're feeling from the discomfort. All right, so in the next blueprint, we will be unpacking another pattern that might be shaping your parenting without you even knowing it. I am Camille Who. This is the mini series within the series of the Child Whisperer, and I am out of here.
Thank you so much for watching this episode of Camille Who, the Child Whisperer. A heartfelt thank you to the generous supporters of the Books and Beyond campaign. This series wouldn't be possible without you. If you're a new or expecting parent, I created Better Parent, Better Future just for you. I empower first-time parents to embrace a positive mindset and navigate those early parenting years with confidence and joy. Click the link in the description to learn more or to find out how we can work together. Until next time, keep showing up, keep growing, and keep leading with love.